folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Handicapped Traveler. We're going to be going on adventures together, going exploring parks so that we can see the wonderful nature. Now we probably won't get to see any moose, but I love moose. So we'll also be going to zoos where we can see other animals that you won't see on my trips. I also will love history, so we'll be hitting up some historical places, towns, and museums. And we also might visit some stores and flea markets, which also are things that I enjoy doing, especially if it's more a antique type store or a flea market. Most times I'll be using a wheeled walker. Other times I'll have a standard cane. Sometimes I'll be using a wheelchair, like when we go to the zoos. I also have a gait belt that when my wife is along with me can hold on to me in case I look like I might fall. Most of all, we're going to have fun. And I want you to remember that using devices like the walker or cane, or whatever you need to use, it's helping you be handy capable instead of handicapped. See you on our adventure. Hi folks, we're at Erie Bluffs today. I'm actually Erie Bluffs Park in Painesville, Ohio. I'm going to take a picture. It's not really part of the park, but across the street there's some really pretty trees, and the leaves are changing color already. Welcome to northeastern Ohio. And then see if I can get the sign. There's the actual Erie Bluffs sign. And you can see this is Traveler and Lucy are getting way ahead of me already. Do we want to go over to the observatory first? And this is going to be another one of the parks where it has to be in parts because it is a substantial size. And Lucy has already found some smells. We don't come to this park too often. I don't know why. It's a nice park. We just don't get out here as often. And you have a little picnic table right up front here. And here's our map of the park. As you can see, geez, she's Lucy's got all covered in seeds. Now the map actually doesn't tell you how big it is, and they actually have a trail map. I don't know if this tells you, because I'm pretty sure it's are you able to, maybe I can do it. Lake Erie Bluffs. The bluffs rise 40 to 50 feet above the rocky wild beach. Okay, 670 acres this park is. So that's why I said that we gotta do it in parts, because I don't think any one of us could actually hike 670 acres anymore. Mrs. Traveler says, or ever. Here's another tree that's turning red. Oh, that's a sumac tree. And notice the fruit right away. And I need to. And Mrs. Traveler, remember that these are called asters. Do you want my phone now, hon? So, and then more trees turning colors. As I said, I was hoping to get you out in the fall. Show you some of the colors changing. As I said, northeastern Ohio, we get chilly and fall comes earlier than it might in some of your areas. Some of you I don't think even have seasons. Shout out to my Floridian followers. At least I crack myself up, huh? So what we're coming up to is an observatory. Oh, birds. Looks like just some sparrows flittering about. So, but this observatory, unfortunately, is not handicapped accessible. It has a ramp, but it only goes a short distance, and then you have a gazillion steps, which just isn't happening. Plenty of asters at this park. The purple asters. I really do think they're pretty. The birds are so fast that by the time I see them, I can't get them. This observatory, though, see if I can give you a sense of how. Oh, and there it is. Oh no, that's a goose. Is it? I got it. Is that a goose or is that the eagle? I think it's a goose. I did get it. I saw it too. But the observatory is for mostly to catch the eagles. There was an eagle's nest. I'm not sure if is are they still do they still have their nest here, do you know? Or this traveler has no idea either. And then we're coming up on a information thingy here. Yeah, that one's a seagull. That was pretty darn big for a seagull. But anyhow, shallow but great. And it says Lake Erie is the shallowest of the Great Lakes, only 210 feet at its deepest point. Due to its shallow nature, Each season brings unique conditions to the lake. Um, it's saying that in August, the average temperature is around 75 degrees, making it the warmest of the Great Lakes and ideal for summertime recreation. So, in other words, y'all should come up and visit Lake Erie in the summertime, and then you can check out the travelers too. And we have another thing over here that's talking about the migration flight plans. Uh, the flight of birds north to their breeding grounds and spring and south to their wintering grounds in fall is called migration. Well, I think most of us know that. Some birds fly 60 miles across Lake Erie, a 2-hour flight, while others fly along its shoreline. The layover allows birds to refuel, especially when faced with an obstacle like Lake Erie. Lakeshore woodlands, marshes, and bays provide a safe resting place with food and shelter from predators. And some of the what they call frequent flyers is the great black-backed gull, and I'm not sure I've ever seen one of them. Turkey vultures, which we've seen plenty of. Red-breasted merganser, and then you also have the monarch butterfly and the green Dorner dragonfly, which I didn't realize that the dragonflies migrated. And Mrs. Traveler and Lucy are way ahead for me to ask if she even knew that. This part of the thing, as I said, the tower is not handicapped accessible, but this part is nice. It's paved. This trail that we're coming up on, it just goes short distance to the lake. And this is Traveler's telling me something, but I have no clue what she's saying. What is out there? Oh, there's a boat out there. Cool boat. And did you know that dragonflies migrate? She didn't know that either. I was reading that sign. And to zoom this switch here, yeah, kind of push it to the side. To the left is to get things further away, and to the right, to the left brings it closer, right brings it further away. Catching the boat out there. It is a neat little boat. It looks like a boat for some kind, for more business than pleasure. Holy cow. Where the heck is she bringing you? Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that. And it goes down to the lake, and I will show you here. I forgot to bring my gate belt, hon. I'm going to be in trouble here. But the trail is probably pretty close to as steep as this. You can see the waves coming up. I don't know if you can hear the lake sound. It's one of the things that I find very soothing. Maybe, but and Lucy's off. You think? You have a phone. That looks like one of those. Yeah. Now this, I don't know if they, um, Lucy's not being cooperative to get a picture and so that we can find out exactly what that flower is. Mrs. Traveler thinks it might be a sunflower. Kind of looks like one of the sunflowers we get, but usually they have longer stalks. Oh, it's a false sunflower. It's not, it's a false sunflower. So now we'll head to a trail that's more like dirt and stones. Yeah, but it's also a trail. It says beach access. And now, as I said, we're on to the dirt and stone trail. Maybe I should title this one Lucy the Beagle Takes the Travelers for a Walk. Huh? Yeah, we have. I'm not sure that we've ever had. Oh, yeah, we have had her, but I'm not sure we've had her in this area of the park. We, another part two or part three, I'll show you where she's been. This part, we've never had Lucy too, so all the smells are new and fresh. And if any of you have any experience with beagles, they really love to investigate the smells. What is it? And here's a grapevine going up into the tree, which up here the grapes do grow very well. We got a lot of wineries, so it's another reason, if you like the wineries and stuff, to come up and visit us. Maybe I should get Northeastern Ohio to pay me for all the promotion I give them to try and get y'all to visit us, huh? Like that's gonna happen. Up, maybe get her over on. I know. We we got another dog, and Lucy's gonna be ridiculous. Hi. As we've said before, sometimes she reacts to other dogs, and sometimes she doesn't. I think today she just wants to be. Ooh, what is that? Ah, and Lucy found a fish skeleton for us. As we said, the beagles in their nose, they will find anything that they think they can eat. That's we have to watch her. We only she only gets a quarter of a cup of food for breakfast and dinner. Of course, then she does get treats and she does get spoiled. I'm actually wearing my shirt today that says I don't spoil my dog. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Pretty much all the time, too.
And yeah, there's a lot of changing color. Is it? Oh, there's some berries. Are they berries or are they those oriental crab apples? They kind of look like what was called oriental crab apple. I hear squirrel yelling at us. We're invading the squirrel's territories. Okay, so that's a multifloral rose. That's not a berry or a crab apple. Yeah, another really red tree. That looks like it might be an elm. Yeah, yeah, it's got orange and yellow and red. I don't know if I like all the trees turning already. So we're going down a slope. And I forgot my gate belt, and hopefully you didn't hear. I think that goes down to the beach. Okay. We'll head down this way, and we'll see you when we get closer to the beach. Okay, so actually, the beach is closed, and it looks kind of rough. Yeah, it looks kind of like a bigger at that bird on the top picture is called a bank swallow. Nests and burrows in the steepest part of the bluff. Look for the crisp white belly with the dark necklace, and we're kind of wondering if that's not what we saw, because it looks kind of big. At Fowler's Toads, we've seen, well, we haven't actually seen them, but I've seen the thing. It says, from beach to bluff, crashing waves, sandy beaches, seasonal winds. The dynamic Lake Erie coast is a unique habitat for a variety of Ohio's plants and animals. A sandy beach today may be underwater tomorrow, or a steep bluff may collapse to form a gentle slope, or a major slope, is what happened here. And then there's some other things. There's an island beach pea and a French gentian. A small, rare plant grows on eroding Lake Erie Bluffs. It is one of the last flowers to bloom every year in October. Huh. Be cool if we could find one of them, huh? That orange, the fringed gentian is one of the last flowers to bloom in October. It's I don't know what. Did you see it on the picture? Kind of looks like a crocus or something, doesn't it? Mrs. Traveler said not a crocus, but something she can't remember. So, since we can't get down to the beach, I'm going to shut this off because it's quite the hill to get back up to the trail. We'll see you on the top. Okay, we got up that big hill with Mrs. Traveler's help. Yeah, it was kind of rough for me, so then we took a little break and we're on our way. And some more berries or Not really getting defined on the camera, but this is travelers trying to take a picture of this tree and find out what it is, maybe.
Black gum.
It's a black gum tree. I actually have heard of that.
Have you heard of it again?
Yes, I did. So, yeah, me too. There's more of the things we talked about earlier, and both of us forgot what they were called already. Yeah, it's under, I gotta look and see. I can't remember what. Yeah, hit the back. Oh, well, whoops. So maybe I should take a break from the filming when we figure this out. The multifloral roses was what it was called. That's not a rose though. So this is Traveler's going to take a picture of these, and we'll see. See, this is different. Tiniest crab apple.
The leaves weren't right for a rose.
That other thing I think is the multifloral because that's different from there. Yeah, I think it is. Those are more red than these, but it might be that they're more ripe too. I don't know. Anyhow, that is the more reddish one is a Siberian crab apple. I can understand why it grows up here because sometimes in the months of December and January, I think we are in Siberia, but oh yeah, I see it now. And I'm gonna try and get over here. Yes, maybe. Got the bird's nest. No birdies in it though. But we like to see, Mrs. Traveler just said, see what we can find and we like to share it with you. And I know. Now, of course, I don't know if that's a worm. That might be a tent worm, but it also might be a spider web. And I know some of you like your spider webs. So, okay. Yeah, that's an overnight trip.
Oh yeah, that was where the swamp was.
Yeah. Mrs. Traveler wants us to go where the purple, oh, we saw a ton of purple martins. So, yeah. Do you think we should just head back to the parking lot? That looks kind of steep, that hill there. There's parts of this park you might not even get to see because some of it's just too rough for me to walk on. Lucy doesn't agree though that we should head back to the car. Yeah, the sand trails are harder for me because the rollator sinks into the sand. That's part of the reason I'd say that it takes the whole family to get me onto a beach. And now
There's a runner coming.
Yep, we got a runner coming. So, but my train of thought is totally gone now. But anyhow, sand is harder for me to. Oh, that's what I was going to say. With the rollator, it's harder. So I imagine if you have a wheelchair, it's going to be hard also with the sand. Yeah, the electric ones. And we got more grapes, and they're actually, and a bird up in the sky. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's too big for a herring, though. As yeah, it's like we said, there were some grapes there. Oh, careful, honey. I don't need you falling. And she agrees she doesn't need it either. Oh. So, but there's, a lot of nice trees, and you, hopefully I was able to catch some of the birds. Once we view it, we'll be able to see whether we caught the birds. Yeah, something went to sea. Is that the goldenrod?
I think that's goldenrod.
Yeah, goldenrod's gone to seed. That actually is kind of cool, the seeds. You're not going to plant goldenrod in our yard, are you? Sorry about that. Though it hasn't bothered me as much anymore. Goldenrod used to set my allergies off, which is why I said that to Mrs. Traveler. More of the asters. So now, I haven't seen any mushrooms or anything in this park like some of the other parks. We've caught some really nice mushrooms. What, hon? Yeah, this one doesn't seem as wet as quite a few of the other parks were. Now that I think of it, Concord Woods Park wasn't that wet, and we didn't find any mushrooms up there either. I don't know if you were able to hear the crickets. Yeah, which kind of a weird spot for them. Is there? We got some cat o' nine tails up here. It's, I guess, a little wet spot there. And then we got thistle, which the goldfinches probably like, because they eat the seed. They use the parts of the thistle plant for their nests. The goldfinches, it's really, what is it? Oh, there's some purple berries, or Arrowwood by Burnham. Now I sure as heck hope they don't burn them, because other stuff would burn too if they did that. Oh, and there's, are those bat boxes or bird boxes, son? What do you think?
Oh,
No,
I can't really tell. I'm guessing that.
we're guessing.
Oh,
We're not sure.
the opening. That looks like bird box.
Yeah, because the opening is circular and that, so looks like they have some bird houses. For the swallows and maybe a sparrow too. So now we're back in the parking lot. Do you want to try that other trail? Now let's try it, see where it brings us. There was a trail, but we went to the observatory. So when we get to that other trail, we'll let you know. Okay, folks, so this path also says Eagle View, but it doesn't go to the observatory, I don't think. So I had to do a quick battery change, putting the battery into the pocket where you have the new battery, then taking them out doesn't always work right. So what, you just daydreaming or did you find something? Huh. So now these ones, so there are also some yellow ones that are Chinese crab apples, which is what I just pointed. Oh, yeah, didn't need to catch that, did I? Well, dogs have to do what dogs have to do, I guess. So I haven't seen the eagle's nest. We saw an eagle's nest at McGee Marsh National Wetlands. Those nests are so huge. They are really amazing. The eagle's nest. This trail isn't too bad. It's not extremely stony and it's pretty padded down. It's a little easier to move on. So it's a little nicer for the handicapped than the ones with all sand, which of course we have a lot of sandy soil. I think this is another great plant, isn't it? Is that another great plant there, babe? Yeah, that's a lot of wild grapes in this park. As I said, it's not that surprising though, because we do have tons of wineries. I guess you could call us the land of wineries. Okay, so
The yellow ones are turning red, so red probably just means it's more ripe. Is that another bird's nest, or is that just in here? It might just be like a conglomerate of dead leaves. It's just a conglomerate of dead leaves. Excuse me. So, there's another nice bench here that I don't know if Lucy and Mrs. Traveler feel like they need a little break and sit down, but handicapped here, or rather, I should say, handicapable here. Um, as long as she doesn't get them, is going to sit down and we're going to take a little sit here. So we're on our way. Lucy gets anxious when we're taking breaks. She likes to explore, and we were talking, Mrs. Traveler and I were talking when we were on our break. We've never actually been on this path in this park, so it's definitely new to Lucy. But eventually, I think we'll get to all the Lake Metro parks. And of course, then, so will you all. And, but I'll have to count for you. I can't remember exactly how many there are. We have, well, actually, I think Hogback Ridge probably is Madison, isn't it? So I'll look that up, but I think there might be one more park in Madison for you all to see. But as I said, this one, Erie Bluffs, is in Painesville. And I have a feeling that the next park one I do will be actually in Russellton, Pennsylvania. We're going to do a little traveling. But we can't go very far because, well, unfortunately, funds don't allow us to travel as much right now as we'd like to. Neither one of us are work anymore, but well, that's the way it goes. We coming up to the curve here. I think this eventually gets to the lake. I don't know why the curve is making me think of that song, Country Roads Take Me Home, West Virginia, bum bum bum. Unfortunately, Mr. Traveler's memory, I can sing a few words of a song and then I'm done. But that's probably good because I don't want YouTube zapping me. Lots of dead wood in there, which may hopefully eventually bring us to new growth. So actually, I guess this does loop over to the observatory, but it also has a path going a little bit to the lake, and that's what they call the what'd you find? Mrs. Traveler found a really cool spider. Let's see if I'll be able to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Here, I don't see it. Oh, I see it now.
I can't tell if it's on there or not.
Okay, well, I see it now. Okay. We're going to get you, Bug. Oh, there it is. It's on here. So, I have no idea what kind of spider that is. Mrs. Traveler said it's a yellow-butted spider. But that really is a big spider. And as I said, I know some of you whole really like their spiders. Maybe you can even tell us what it is if you watch this video. And there's some others of you that might know what that is. I'll be honest, I don't really know identifications of insects. I know the freaking little gnats and fruit flies and house flies, and crickets. Oh boy, do we know crickets, because they invade our house. We've had so many crickets in the house this year. But yes, we're coming up to the lake again, and another motorboat out there. But it's actually pretty calm, though. Being October, people are not vacationing as much. Anyhow, I can't seem to find the boat on the thing, but I always enjoy seeing on my video. To my own horn, I enjoy seeing on the video when the lake and the sky seem to meet each other. I think it's really cool, and I think this is another area where you can look out and see the eagles, but we don't see them right now. So anyhow, I'm gonna sit a minute and we'll look out over the lake, and because it's the same path headed back to the parking lot. So I'm gonna close out here. And of course I gotta say, if you have to use a wheelchair, walker, cane, whatever you might need to enable you to get out and enjoy life, do whatever you like doing, or if it's something in the house that you need to help you. Reachers. It's not making us handicapped, it's making us handy-capable. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure I'm getting her underneath the... Our silly dog's on the other side of the fence. She thinks she's going to go down to the lake or something. But anyhow, as I said, it's making us handy-capable, not handicapped. And I would also like to say, hey, if you all enjoy this type of video, please hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and that bell. Hit all. As you've heard other people say, it doesn't cost you anything to do that, but it helps me out. You all have a great day. I think, and so you all have a great day now. God bless.